please tell me something. When was the last time you said something to a woman that truly brought a smile to her face? Did you say something that evoked admiration, respect, and perhaps even attraction in her gaze? Just bear with me if you can't remember or keep repeating lines. Hey, my name is James, and I'm going to show you 6 powerful compliments that will make women forget about you. These aren't your average compliments. They're emotional triggers that speak to her deepest desires, and I promise you, you'll be amazed at the results. So here's what most guys do wrong when they try to compliment a woman. They say things like, "You look pretty," or "nice dress," which are fine, but they're surface level. The problem is that she's heard these compliments a million times, so if you want to make an impression that lasts, you need to focus on what makes her unique. Women want to feel seen and understood in ways that go beyond looks, showing that you notice her personality, passions, and even small quirks sets you apart from almost every other guy. The Stoics were delighted at this idea of looking deeper and seeing things for what they really are. Instead of focusing on the surface, they focused on what really matters. By complimenting her beyond her appearance, you're reaching deeper and making a bigger impact. Before we go any further, please subscribe if you're ready to change how you handle relationships using the power of Stoicism. Each video is a step toward changing the way you think and making connections that are stronger and more important. The first thing I want to say is that I think you have a fascinating way of looking at things. Yes, that may appear to be quite straightforward. However, this compliment is replete with influence. It's not just the words, it's what they mean. When you say this to a woman, you're telling her that you value her mind and her unique view on the world. And let's be honest, that's a powerful message. Thank you for one real second. We all want to feel like our ideas and thoughts are important, especially when it comes to something as personal as our view on life. This statement resonates with a universal desire to be recognized and appreciated for more than our physical appearance. Like everyone else, women want to feel like their minds are just as important as how they look. They want to feel smart, wise, and most of all, heard. So the next time she talks about her thoughts, whether they're about a book she's reading, a movie she just saw, or something going on in the world, don't just nod along and move on to the next subject. Take a moment to really understand her point of view. Tell her something like, "Wow, that's such a unique way to look at it. I hadn't thought of it that way." When you do this, you're not just giving her a compliment. You're showing her that you see her as more than just a lovely face. You're showing her that you value her as a person with a deep, unique mind. You're telling her, "Hey, you're someone worth listening to." And trust me, that hits harder. Now let's talk about Stoicism. The Stoics teach us that we should focus on what we can control, and how we interact with others is one of those things. We can't change others' thoughts or feelings, but we can change our response. A Stoic would say that we are responsible for how we act in interactions with others and our ability to appreciate them for who they really are. For example, when you give someone a compliment that goes beyond simple praise, you show that you understand and value their character on a deeper level, which in turn shows that you value your own growth and understanding. In this way, you are practicing both wisdom and virtue. It's not enough to simply say, "You look beautiful," but to truly appreciate what makes someone special. If you really want to stand out and make an impression, don't just say, "You look beautiful." Instead, try to appreciate her for the things that make her unique. Trust me, it will have a much bigger effect. Now let's move on to praise number 2. There's something so captivating about your energy. This one is a game changer because it's not about how she looks, but about how she makes people feel. Compliment 2 off that invisible but totally magnetic force that lights up a room. You know that feeling when someone walks in and suddenly everything just feels a little brighter. That's her energy at work, And when you call attention to it, you're doing something powerful. You're telling her that you notice this intangible quality that makes her who she is. Here's the thing. Women, like all of us, have a unique energy about them. It's the way they move, the way they speak, and the way they make others feel without even trying. It could be her calm presence that instantly puts people at ease, or her enthusiasm that lifts the whole mood of a group. Recognizing this energy shows you appreciate her for who she is, not just how she looks. And here's the kicker. This compliment is rare. Not everyone notices that subtle yet powerful vibe that someone brings into a room. But when you do, you're not just giving her a compliment. Imagine you're at a party or get-together, and instead of looking at her clothes or smile, you're noticing how effortlessly she makes everyone around her feel comfortable, how she has this natural ability to ease tension or make a conversation flow. When you say something from the heart and really mean it, she'll feel that recognition in her bones, and it'll hit her in a different way. It's not just a statement, it's a real recognition of the energy she brings into every room she walks into. For a deeper understanding, let's examine the concept of Stoicism. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, held the belief that true wisdom stems from observing the world and its inhabitants with clarity, avoiding superficial judgments and comprehending the essence of things. In recognizing the true nature of a person beyond their exterior, when you give her a compliment like this, you're acknowledging not only her outward appearance, but also the essence of who she is and how her energy shapes the world around her. It's a method of observing reality without becoming engrossed in minutiae. In the same way, Stoicism encourages us to act with virtue and wisdom in all our interactions. If someone compliments you on something, that shows you're not just reacting to what's in front of you, but also seeing and appreciating the deeper qualities that others might overlook. This is where the beauty of Stoicism lies. By practicing mindfulness and paying close attention to the people you interact with, you are demonstrating respect not only for them, but also for yourself. You're practicing self-discipline in how you communicate by giving something meaningful instead of a superficial comment. You're embodying virtue just by being present. Like the Stoics taught us, when you tell her your energy is captivating, you're not just complimenting her, you're seeing her essence and appreciating everything that makes her real. That's what makes the connection between you two even stronger. People seek praise that transcends superficiality and speaks directly to their hearts. When you do this, you're not only strengthening your connection with her, you're also practicing something much bigger: genuine mindfulness, true appreciation, and the wisdom to see people as they really are. The third compliment is that your enthusiasm for your work is truly inspiring. It's powerful to recognize her passion, which is one of her most attractive qualities. When she talks about something that excites her, like a hobby, a project, or even a cause she really cares about, she's sharing a real and raw side of herself. And when you compliment her on that, you're not just praising what she's doing, you're recognizing who she is. Imagine her talking about her latest project, her voice full of energy and her eyes shining as she talks about her vision. It could be a cause she cares about or a new idea. Instead of simply nodding and responding with a "that's cool," express your admiration for her work by stating, "Your passion for your work is truly inspiring." That's a compliment that sticks. It's not about the job itself. It's about recognizing the drive behind it. You're showing that you value her character and values by complimenting her on her ambition, dedication, and hard work. When you do this, you're saying that you like the deeper parts of her, not just her looks or surface-level traits. This is where Stoicism comes in beautifully. The Stoics believed that we should live with purpose, embrace effort, and find meaning in every action we take, whether it's a small task or something big. It's about bringing integrity and intention to it. By recognizing her passion, you're reflecting those Stoic principles by recognizing that her actions are driven by something meaningful and good. Not only the outcome, but also the journey, effort, and values that drive her. When you recognize her passion, you're telling her that you respect her drive, energy, and purpose, and trust me, that's what makes you unforgettable. So let's get back to the show. If you're enjoying it so far, let me know in the comments. Have you ever given or gotten the most powerful compliment? Leave a comment below with your answer, and let's talk about what really matters when it comes to compliments. Let's do it again. The fourth compliment is, you make everyone around you feel so comfortable. This is a wonderful statement because it hits on something crucial about how she makes other people feel. Think about it in any social setting. Women often bear the emotional burden, ensuring that no one feels excluded, uniting people and fostering a sense of ease. This natural ability to put others at ease is truly powerful. Imagine attending a party with a group of strangers, some shy and some quiet in the corner. Compliments. But then there's her. She's the one who initiates conversation, draws others into the discussion, and makes even the most shy person feel seen and heard. Just watch how she moves around the room. It's not an accident that she makes people smile and feel at ease. She has a special way of getting to know people on a deep level. When you observe this, do not keep it to yourself. Express your admiration for her ability to create a sense of comfort and tranquility in others. It is a unique talent. This is more than just a praise. It's an acknowledgement of how kind and understanding she is. She can bring people together and make them feel safe. You're not just observing her actions, but also the care and purpose that she puts into them. And believe me, this makes a significant difference. This is where the Stoic way of thinking comes in. Stoics believed in the power of virtues like kindness, empathy, and compassion. They knew that how we treat others and how we make them feel is one of the most important parts of living a joyful life. By recognizing her ability to make people feel at ease, you're showing that you share those Stoic values. You recognize her emotional intelligence and the positive vibes she brings to the world, which come from having a deep understanding of other people and how important it is to connect with them. It's not always necessary for women to be loud or bossy to be strong. Sometimes the quiet strength that comes from making people feel safe and welcome is just as powerful, if not more so. Pointing this out shows her that you see her at her core, not just on the surface. When you notice and praise this part of her, you're not just telling her how outstanding her actions are. You're acknowledging the emotional intelligence that drives those actions. You're giving her a chance to feel valued for the intangible qualities. Trust me, she'll remember it. So the next time you see her brighten up a room or make someone feel better, tell her how much you admire that special gift. It will deepen your relationship and show her that you value what matters most, which is how much you love her. Compliment 6. This is a wonderful compliment. I love how authentic you are. Let's face it, being real can feel like a lost art in a world where social media filters expectations and perfect personas are the norm. But when you meet someone who's unapologetically herself and doesn't try to fit in or pretend to be someone else, that's a breath of fresh air. It's magnetic. And when you see that in her, when you really notice how she embraces her quirks, her sense of humor, and her honesty, that's when you can really make her feel seen. Imagine you're talking to her, and she's just being herself. There were no airs or fancy words, and there was no self-editing. If she tells an odd joke or intimate story without a filter, her confidence is contagious. It's the kind of thing that makes her stand out in a sea of people who are always trying to be someone they're not, And when you take the time to recognize that authenticity, she'll feel like she's found someone who really loves her for who she is, not a version she feels pressured to be. "I love how real you are" is more than just a praise. It's a statement of admiration for her bravery in being real when society often tells people to fit in. You're not just criticizing her behavior, you're also recognizing how strong she is to stay true to herself in a world that is always trying to sell her something else. That's powerful, and this is where Stoicism fits in perfectly. Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, among other Stoics, believed we should accept ourselves unconditionally and not hide our flaws. They knew that only by being honest with ourselves could we live a beneficial and peaceful life. Stoicism teaches us that we can find freedom by accepting ourselves and others as they are, without feeling like we have to always be better for society's sake. Complimenting someone for who they are without judging or comparing them to others is a great way to live a Stoic life. By giving her this compliment, you're boosting her confidence and showing that you value her inner strength. Trust me, she will remember that. And that's how Stoicism changes the way you think about relationships. People often attempt to transform us into someone else, yet an authentic individual brings a refreshing change in the smoky city. When you tell her you notice and appreciate her authenticity, you're not just complimenting her, you're celebrating her for having the courage to stand out and to simply be herself. So the next time she does or says something that's unabashedly her, tell her how much you admire it. It's one of the most sincere compliments you can give, and she will remember it for a long time. Sixth, praise. You make everything more exciting. This is not merely a generic praise. It truly captures the essence of what makes her presence so unique. Saying this links their energy and vibe to the emotions they make you and others feel. It's about recognizing that spark she has, the one that turns a quiet evening into a night full of laughter and meaning. Maybe it's the way she shares her thoughts with such enthusiasm, or how her laughter is so contagious that it makes everyone feel at ease. Think about a time in your life when something like this happened. You may have been having a normal day until she did, or said something that completely changed the mood and made everything better and more memorable. By telling her this, you're showing her that her effect isn't just noticed, it's deeply valued. What makes this even more powerful is that it goes beyond superficial admiration. You're not just praising her looks or something fleeting. You're recognizing the intangible qualities that make her irreplaceable. Now let's look at this through the lens of Stoicism. Finding the key to real attraction and connection. They talked a lot about how our actions and appearance affect the world around us. Marcus Aurelius wrote about how we all have the ability to contribute to the greater harmony of life through our actions and energy. When you tell her that she makes everything feel more exciting, you're acknowledging that she's embodying this Stoic principle in her own way. Her energy creates a ripple effect, elevating the experience of those around her, and that's not something everyone can do. It's a rare and beautiful gift. So when you look her in the eye and say, "You have this way of making everything feel more exciting," you're doing more than just giving her a compliment. You're creating a moment of genuine connection. You're telling her that her unique essence is something you notice and treasure. And let me tell you, that kind of acknowledgement is unforgettable. It deepens your bond and lets her know that she's valued, not just for what she does, but for the joy and excitement she brings into your life. Now here's the key. Delivery is everything. If your compliments sound forced or fake, they won't have the same effect. You need to say it with meaning, look her in the eyes, speak confidently, and let her feel the sincerity behind your words. The more real you are, the more powerful your compliment will be. So here's your challenge. Choose one of these comments and try it this week, but not immediately. Wait for the right time, when it feels natural. When you see her eyes light up, you'll know you did it right. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you in the next one.